So I have a lot of enemies out there. This may be the last time you'll see me for a while. A lot of very, very rich enemies, but they are not happy with what I'm doing. But I figure we have one chance to do it, and no other president's going to do what I do.
Hi, this is Morley, and this is the Wire. I'm sure by now most of you have all seen and heard that clip from Donald Trump. Very cryptic indeed. We're going to get into that in a bit as to what he actually said and what it implies. But Donald Trump has signed a bill a couple weeks ago effectually dramatically slashing drug prices in the United States. And that's much to the ire of drug companies. Their stocks are down as a result of it because they're not going to be able to make nearly as much profit as they're used to. So Donald Trump is correct in saying that he's made a lot of enemies by signing that bill. Let's get into this here. Donald Trump declares war on Big Pharma to save America from the criminal pharmaceutical cartels. You may recall a couple of months ago, after President Trump announced Operation Warp Speed, I became concerned that he was going all in with Big Pharma on the coronavirus vaccine. After I voiced my concerns, I was contacted by a person very close to the president who assured me Trump absolutely was not jumping into bed with Big Pharma, and he would be in fact taking strategic steps to soon protect Americans from Big Pharma predatory practices. Now we've seen that result in action. Trump has signed executive orders to cut out the middlemen who rake in hundreds of billions of dollars in Big Pharma profits. It is these middlemen who keep drug prices insanely high in the USA, while the very same drugs are a fraction of the price in Canada or Mexico, not to mention India, where drug prices are even lower. 2 days ago, Donald Trump spoke directly about the rich enemies in Big Pharma who are trying to stop him from implementing his efforts to bring down prescription drug prices in America by cutting all the price gouging and monopolistic price fixing by pharma distributors. So we've already watched the video. This is what he said, though. Let's examine this. So I have a lot of enemies out there. Yeah, that goes without saying. This may be the last time you'll see me for a while. Isn't that a very cryptic thing for the President of the United States to say? Very. A lot of very, very rich enemies, but they are not happy with what I'm doing. But I figure we have one chance to do it, and no other president is going to do what I do. I mean, you have to admit, that's a very gutsy thing for Trump to do, to take billions out of drug companies' pockets. No other president would do a favored nations a rebate, a buy from other nations that is much less cost. Nobody. And there are a lot of unhappy people, and they're very rich people, and they're very unhappy. They are so wealthy. Nobody has any idea who the hell they are or what they do, but they make more money than the drug companies. You know, in all fairness, at least the drug companies have to produce a product, and it has to be a good product. Yes, it does have to be a good product, as well as Donald Trump has been touting a effective drug therapy that begins with the letter H that I can't really say on here, but you know what I'm talking about. But medicine in general, they don't agree with it because it doesn't fit the narrative of the vaccine. Analysis. Trump is going to war with Big Pharma exploitive price-fixing practices and very powerful people to stand to lose billions in easy profits. As you can hear in the video above, Trump is going directly after Big Pharma exploitive profit model by bypassing domestic drug sales and instead arranging for government programs to purchase drugs at overseas prices, which are far more affordable. Other efforts are underway to vastly reduce the price of drugs at your local pharmacies as well. If you've ever had any doubt whether Trump was on your side, know that Donald J. Trump is the only man in Washington, D.C. who is standing up to Big Pharma, and his life is being threatened as a result. Why is he going into lockdown mode for a while? This is also why Trump deserves your vote in November. No one else will go after Big Pharma like President Trump is now doing, and even though the administration is pumping out billions of dollars in vaccine contracts during the current pandemic, his long-term goal is to dethrone Big Pharma from its position of economic dominance and science fraud. Trump needs to support and even have a chance at dismantling Big Pharma cartels. Trump also knows that the really big counterattack against Big Pharma is an issue due to executive order that tells the FDA to ban direct-to-consumer drug advertising, which currently provides up to 70% of revenue for CNN and other corporate media propagandists. Banning DTC ads would simultaneously cut off pharma at the knees and deprive the fake news media of their most operating revenue. If America doesn't declare war on the big pharma criminal cartels, these evil corporations will dominate every sector of society and make us all slaves to the chemical indoctrination. Actually, they've already done that. Big Pharma now controls the media, the science journals, the medical schools, the universities, and even large sectors of pop culture, such as movies. This is why anti-vaxxers are always depicted as lunatics in Hollywood scripts. The writers are being paid by the CDC and vaccine industry to generate scripts that promote vaccine propaganda. This is why we also must encourage President Trump to end legal immunity for vaccine manufacturers who have become dangerous, fraudulent vaccine terrorists in their deployment of fake science, fear, and financial fraud. Well, it's good Mr. Trump is taking a stand on this. We all agree that drug prices in the U.S. are ridiculously high, and good for him for taking a stand on it. Well, I thank you very much for coming along to my video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. God bless each and every one of you.